Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Uribe. Sorry I can't be here today. I really did not plan to not be here today. I just found out that I had to be out literally after you guys left yesterday after 11:30. But it's okay because I've been planning to do this lesson all along so we don't fall too much behind unless you guys don't do it. So please stay on task and remember that we don't have free days in American literature, not even when I'm not here. But anyways, let's start off as we always do with our warm-up. Make sure you write this in your notebook. If you're still using paper, make sure you have a notebook by the end of this week. I will be checking notebooks tomorrow. And if you don't have a notebook by now, I will be taking points off of that. If you can't get one by tomorrow, please work on getting that this weekend so you can come back on Monday and have a fresh start. But as always, please answer the following questions in a 5-sentence response. So, study the picture representation of a slave ship to the left. And this is actual drawings, actual primary source from the 15, 16, 1700s of what a slave ship looked like and how people were arranged on it. So notice that each of those little figures is a human being. So these little lines that you see here, each of those is like a set of feet. Those are human beings in there. So based on this, what do you see? Describe it. What do you think about? What does this make you think about? What does it remind you of? And then finally, what do you wonder? So any questions that this kind of brings up. So really take your time to look at it. If it's hard for you to look at this picture, because it's hard to see, you can look on page 171 of your literature book or on page 167 of your literature book. And the same picture, you can find it there. So I'll have the sub pause the video here so you have enough time, about 10 minutes, to respond to this. So all right, after your warm-up, this is going to be your assignment for today. So on page 169 of your orange book, of your orange literature book, you will see that there is a author description for Laura Equiano. So he is a former slave. He was a former slave, and he managed to become educated after he was freed. And he actually wrote down his first-person account of what it was like in the Middle Passage, what it was like to be taken from Africa and brought to the United States. So you're going to start reading here on page 169, and you're going to read the interesting narrative of the life of Laura Equiano, which ends on page 175. As you are reading, you are going to write a 2-sentence summary for each page, including the author intro, on the document in Google Classroom, which I will show you in a bit. So when you are done with this assignment, you should have a 10-sentence summary. You may work in partners or you may work individually, but you must each turn in your own summary. So everyone is turning in their own paper. This is due before you leave today. So let me show you guys. You're going to be reading, starting on page 169, okay, The Interesting Life of Laura Equiano. Okay, notice he was born in 1745 and died in 1797. Okay, you're going to learn about his childhood and his struggle for liberty. And then you're going to start right over here on page 171. So it starts by saying, "At last, when the ship we were in had got in all her cargo," which, if you don't realize, when they're talking about cargo, the thing that they're carrying is people, right? So their cargo are slaves. "They made ready with many fearful noises, and we were all put under deck, so that we could not see how they managed the vessel." Okay, so these fearful noises were all coming from the people, were all coming from the slaves. So you're going to start reading there, read all the way to the end on page 175. As you are reading, you're going to be filling out this document here. Okay, so notice it says that a summary is when you state briefly in your own words the main ideas or most important details of a passage of what you're reading. Okay, so as you read or reread the selection of Laura Equiano, fill out this chart to help you keep track of the main ideas and key details that you need to include in your summary. So I have already done the first part for you. So I actually went ahead and I summarized page 171. And it says, the slaves on the ship were kept in close confinement and under terrible conditions. And then I wrote down a few details. Notice that my main ideas, this is a whole sentence, and my details are just a few words that stand out to me about what I read in the book. Okay? So you should have, like I said, a 10 sentence summary on your main ideas, and then about 10 different details that you picked up as you were reading through your summaries. So you are to summarize page 169. You can skip 171 since I did that one for you already, and then you must do 172, 173, 174, and 175. When you are done, please turn this assignment in. Remember, you each have to turn in your own, and this is it for today. If you finish early, then you know you can work on extra credit by reading a book, or you can go back and work on anything that you may be missing. I expect you guys to be on your best behavior. If any of you have your name written down by the sub because you were either off task or because you were being disruptive, then you will be receiving lunch detention when I return, either on Friday or on Monday. So please be on your best behavior, even though I really don't anticipate that any of you will have your name written down because you guys are all excellent students. Please complete this before you leave. And please remember rules number 1 and rules number 2 are cultivating a warrior spirit. Always love yourself as well as others, and please discipline yourself so that nobody else has to. All right, I look forward to reading some really awesome work from you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and make sure you take care of business. Bye.